Hi, this is Kelly from Crafty Kelly's at www.craftykelly.co.uk. Today I'm going to share with you some cards I've made with Balloon Adventure. Now sadly this is on the retired list and will not be available very soon. So if you haven't got it, get it as soon as you can, because it is a fabulous stamp set which you can do so many different fun birthday cards with. It's got some lovely sentiments. I just think it's a really nice everyday birthday card. So I'll quickly just show you a couple that I've made using this stamp set. This paper I used from the Foxy Friends set, which also is being retired. I've used some glitter paper on this one, make it all sparkly with the gold and silver. Just used 3 colours on this one, kept it nice and simple, stamping off and then going over with the same colour. There we go. This one I made and I thought I'd show you. I went wonky, so I didn't finish making it into a card, but I kind of stamped it off wrong there, went a bit wonky, and then when I stamped it, it was a bit wonky on there. So, but it's still a really nice effect, and I'm going to recreate that. I tried to recreate that there, but I want to recreate that a bit more. Okay, so the card that we're going to be making today is this one here. Just think it's this is a really nice, what could be a boy's birthday card, but instead of using blues, if you use pinks or purples, it's easily to be a girl's birthday card. Oh, there's nothing wrong with girls having blue either. I'm a bit of a blue girl. My favourite colours are blue, so there's like lots of different examples of how you can use this stamp set. So let's crack on. So I've only got that just in case I need it, so I'll pop that behind me. I have got a white card base, which is 10.5 by 14.9 or 14.8, thereabouts. Just scored it and folded it down the centre. Now I've got a couple of bits of scrap which we're going to need for the balloons and for the sentiment. And then we've got what we're going to be our white base, which we're going to be stamping onto. And then I've got a piece, and I think I've picked up the wrong colour, but that's fine, to pop on like so, to build our kind of sandwich of colours. The colours I'm going to be doing it in are Tempting Turquoise, Bermuda Bay, and Pacific Point. In this card, I actually done this in the over in the Night of Navy, but I kind of think that when I stamped off and then restamped, actually this Pacific Point done it fine, so I didn't really need to go for the darker. So I thought I'd change up my colours a little bit. But I'm just going to quickly find a piece of card base which is the Bermuda Bay, because I thought I picked up Bermuda Bay, but I haven't. There we go. Like so. So some of the other things that we're going to be using is obviously stamp set and the balloon punch, and I've got a tag punch as well, which this also sadly is being discontinued, but it is my absolute favourite, and I will try and use it as much as I can, because I know there are so many of us with this, and it is such a lovely like punch to use. I use it for a lot of things. Oh gosh, you can see me. So balloon punch is still available now and in the new catalogue, so this is brilliant. If you don't have this particular stamp set or can't get hold of it because it has been retired, and I know they are selling out quick, there is an alternative that will be in the new catalogue, which is in the old catalogue, this set here, which is Balloon Celebration. So you can kind of recreate the same kind of looks if you want a balloony thing. So let's get started. Oh, and I've got a little bit, an offcut of Night of Navy to make this kind of little border. So I'm going to pop this all to one side because we don't need any of that for a moment. That is my son in the background helping, as always. He is a little delight. I've got a scrap piece of paper and my board, my like sponge pad to stamp onto. I just find it a lot easier. So I'm going to start with these little kind of sprinkles. And they're just here. I don't know if you've noticed, but with my stamp sets, what I tend to do is I peel them all off, pop the plastic with the picture in between with a couple of glue dots, and then stick them onto the inside of the case because I don't like them moving around. It irritates me, so I do it like that to store them. So then, and I still know if I've got them all or if I've misplaced one. So we're using these little sprinkles here for our background. I don't have enough blocks, do I? Oh, I need the block. There we go. And I am going to do it in the Tempting Turquoise. And all I did with this is I started, say there, and then just carried on going. So we've created our background, fab. Now we shall start adding our balloons. So there are a couple of balloon stamps. There's like a full stamp for a full coverage of colour. Then there is this effect of lines. And then there's effect of polka dots. So you can see those stamped up there. Okay, so we are going to start with our Bombay. I kind of randomly put them, but I'm going to try and recreate what I've done here. Got something. Her. Yeah, that's better. So one. Okay. Two down here. Now these I'm actually going to put balloons on top of these two, but that's so I know where they are. That makes sense, because we don't want to stamp them in the wrong places. So yeah, whilst I've got this out, I will stamp onto my spare my two balloons. Fabulous. I'm going to leave one with no polka dots and one with polka dots. So sorry about just moving. I've just got to line these up. These are fairly easy to line up, but I've got really squiffy eyes. There we go. Fabulous. So I'm going to pop that to one side for a moment, and then I'm going to add in my other two balloons. Give that a quick play. So we're going to go about here. And oh, I didn't stamp off, damn it. Now I didn't stamp off that time, and I'll just quickly show you what stamping off is. So stamping off is we take one layer off and then we use the second layer. So then you've got like the shades, you can get different shades from just using one stamp. So I've got 3 kind of shades, no sorry, like there we go, we've got 3 really good kind of shade differences from the same colour, which you can do. Fab. We're going to stick some lines on this one. There we go. So that is that and that done. So now it's all about stamping on back, I think. So I'm just going to cut these out. It's got 2 size punches, a small balloon and a large balloon. The reason I'm using a scrap like this is so I can slot it in and see, because sometimes if you don't quite get it in the right place, you've got to, it's a real hassle to cut out. So all I'm going to do here is just snip the ends off. And then kind of position it. And there we go. That is done. So I'm going to use a couple of, first of all, silly me, we need the string. So I have masked a couple of these when I've done the string. I masked this one because I just didn't want it to quite hit, so let's give that one a go. So I'm using a Stays On black, but you can use just the archive black, is fine. Just this is the black I've got. I find with the Stays On, I've really got to make sure that I've really inked it well, because it just doesn't always take so well. There we go. And as you can see, it's gone behind that balloon, so that's what I wanted. Then I'm going to do this one because it's going to be coming down a little bit further. We're not quite hit the line there, so there is a way to cover that up if that happens. Is inside the pack there is like a little bow, so you can just pop a bow on the top and it won't notice. So fab. Oh, sentiment. So we're going to construct that in just a moment. Next is our sentiment, which I did cut out first. So we're going to cut out the sentiment first, or cut out the card for the sentiment first, like so. We will need that again in just a second. So I used the balloon with the little Tempting Turquoise, just so it had a little bit of a background. And just randomly 1, 2, that. And we've got our sentiment. Fab. So the way I created the extra layer on the back, I'll just show you. I've just got a scrap, not a full piece, and I popped it in about so. Cut one, and then cut two. So I just got two small bits. Then you can use glue if you want. I tend to use a snail for most things, to be fair. And I'm just going to put a line at the top and a line at the bottom. Now I turn it over. Try not to get my fingers on the sticky bits. Stick it down. There we go. Lovely. So now we need some dimensionals, and we need that's our avocado. So now we're going to assemble the card. So there we go. So there we go, some really nice fun birthday cards. that you can make using this stamp set. Like I said, I showed you some pictures, showed you some of the other cards that I've made using this stamp set. All the pictures will be on my website if you want to have a look and case them, that's fine. So this has been Crafty Kelly at www.craftykelly.co.uk. Like I said, some of these items are retiring. This punch, which is a real shame, and this stamp set, so the Balloon Adventures. So if you can get your hands on it, get it now. If you do decide that you want to recreate these cards and purchase this stamp set, I'd really appreciate if you purchased it through my website. That'd be fab. So you can go to my website and then go to the Stampin' Up website through there. But anyway, so thank you very much for watching, and take care, and I'll see you again soon.